Law enforcement officers are well trained for every facet of their jobs, but circumstances like this aren't commonplace, especially in more rural communities. And even if they aren't visible, it doesn't mean that they don't walk away from tragic scenes with scars. Fortunately, at the Clermont County Sheriff's Office, there are valuable resources available to help them cope.
No training of any kind prepares you for this. It's easy to forget that these are men and women with families, children, feelings, emotions.
Those feelings and emotions can be difficult to process following a horrific event like Thursday's triple homicide.
Everybody experiences those kinds of trauma differently. So we don't know. We don't know who will be impacted greatly and who may not be impacted.
Amy Foley is the co-founder of the Tri-State Peer Support Team, a program designed to help first responders who've been exposed to trauma.
That means that somebody who has a similar lived experience can share their experience, their knowledge, and sometimes their recovery story with somebody else. Usually when peers talk, what I see is their eyes, they meet, and they look at you and think, if you recovered, now I can recover.
Recovery may be more complicated in this instance. Some of the same deputies who responded on Thursday were also on the scene of a horrific murder-suicide not far from there back in February. A woman shot and killed 3 of her own family members, including her 13-year-old son, before taking her own life. 2 major traumatic events within a 4-month span.
We don't make assumptions about who's going to do well and who's not going to come out of this in the same manner. What we do know is we can provide education, we can provide resources, we can let people know how to get help, and then make it easy for them to get help. That has been our role.
And those resources aren't just available when a traumatic event occurs. This is a year-round program that first responders can access at any time. We have a link to the Tri-State Peer Support Team's website inside this story at local12.com.